Hey everybody, Jeremy Redmond here, okay, with TaskMagic, Mail Lead. And I've heard you loud and clear, okay? We have, I'm bringing you a brand new start here. If you are new to TaskMagic, I'm going to go over how we blend apps and browser recording and how now, for all new people who aren't familiar with the apps and browser recording and how they merge, I'm going to tell you why we have you start with apps, okay? So we're having you start with apps explicitly because it's the easiest way to learn automation, right? Now it's become trigger and action, trigger and action. And we've even created a walkable walkthrough demo. That's not repetitive, but we've created this. So I want you to know the feedback because our last video here, I'll put here, okay? So our last video here has been viewed, oh, thank you, 9,000 times. All right. So, so I've been called everything from a crackhead to I'm the most horrible presenter of all time. So that's fine. Yes, exactly what I needed. I love her, by the way. Issue as I looked, not technical person, but guys really realizing I should watch them all. The learning curve is absolutely freaking insane, man. And like, uh, d- yeah, the harder a lot of people think like the harder an automation is, the more time it's going to take to automate, right? Keep hitting my mic, sorry. But then we have, thank you for the precise and clear instructional video. So I don't know, it's back and forth, but we made a walkable demo. Having to watch them again and again. So like this, some of this is good. Some of this is good stuff. Um, Same frustration. I'm just going. So we're replacing this one, okay, and we're making this one. This one I'm making now. Here with this, okay. So we have this. I will link this in the description of this YouTube video, but this is how you get started, okay? So look, you will be able to go to this link on our SUPA demo that we made, and here it has all step by step that you need to do to get started, okay? So here, when you open up the web app or the desktop app, it will ask you to start with apps. Now, it's because apps like Zapier and Make is the easiest way to learn automation, okay? Step in a trigger, right? So you would start with a trigger with an app, okay? Then if you want to click something, type something, then you would use browser recording or browser automation to automate that piece. So if you're starting from scratch, we recommend starting with the apps portion of automation, okay? But if you're very familiar with apps, this is where you can get started with browser recording. So here, and again, we're open to feedback on this. If we're open to iterating all of this, okay? So here, after signing into TaskMagic, boom, you click, okay? This is what you will see. All right, now I'll jump ahead here because you guys can go through this and let me know your feedback. Cause I hear you. I hear you. Crackhead presenter here. That's fine. So here is where you click. If you want to go straight to browser automation, right? The danger zone for people who don't know how to automate. That's completely fine. We're here. Go into our community here, which is now over 2,300 folks. Okay. So go here, go to school.com/lazyempire /about, I think. And then you can apply to get in here, right? And you're good to go. So we'll go back here. Now, this is, we open apps. Okay. Now, if you want to browser record, you go to browser automation right here. Okay. That way you go right to browser and then you can trigger those things inside apps. So click new flow. Great. Then from scratch. Oh, I'm liking this already. Okay. Liking this already. I'm using tally as my trigger, so I will search that here. Nice. Okay. Each trigger will have its own setup instructions, so so check these closely and each setup step here. Great. Okay. Test trigger. Oh, this is pretty good here. All right. Now, then we need to do the same thing with triggers that this wait until we see it appear at the bottom right as a result. In my case, I went submit a tally form. This is pretty good. Okay, go into sheets. Okay, select connection. This goes step by step through the entire thing. Okay, click connect, click save, click connection, spreadsheet. Okay, cool. Does this row can let me minimize me here? Okay. Then here, great. So this example, if you're picking it up, this is very in depth on how to get started with any form builder, essentially. That's the easiest trigger action, Zapier flow, make flow, apps flow, is getting started with apps, learning how to trigger something from the very beginning. Okay. Um, I'll click name. This goes into all the setup. Okay. Okay. Expand fields. First question. Okay. New submissions right there. Email. Click on scroll area, fields. By the way, I'm going through this quickly as I'm narrating this, okay? The link is in below here, okay? Say, give me feedback on this YouTube video if this walkthrough doesn't make sense at all. But this is what we're doing. So now, after you filled out everything and tested each step, you can click publish. Boom, okay? That is how you get started. Get started with an apps based flow. Okay. Everyone gets one for free. Now, when you're on to the next thing here, so like we have this one. Okay. Now, this is when you have apps. Okay. You have apps done. And this demo, this SUPA demo here, this walkthrough, is when you want to add browser automation. Okay. Again, let me go back. Start with an apps-based flow, learn how that works. Okay. A lot of the same tenets and principles that are in there are also in our browser automation tool. All right. Hope that makes sense. So when you've built that flow, oh, one more thing. You will trigger a browser automation to run with an app. Okay. With an app trigger or a schedule trigger, things like that. Okay. Webhooks and apps. So we're clear there. Let me know if there's any questions about that piece. Okay. Now, when you're ready to click browser automation, all right, I will link this in this video below. It should be below in the YouTube description. So click browser automation. Boom. Now that brings up the desktop app where you need to record. Okay. So you need the desktop app in order to record your automation. So click the workspace you'd like to work in. Click new automation, right? Name your automation. Add first step. Okay. So you add first step. Now, from what I said before, this is connecting apps to add data to your automation and or triggering it. Okay. So if you want to run like variables from that tally form that you had previous, you would click here and then add tally form, an app, that you could bring in all the data that you had that people filled out, and you could use that data in your like as variables inside your steps here. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, let me know the questions. Cool. Now you can record. All right. Great. Now the recording window and browser are starting. Wait for this to load before using it. Okay. Great. Oh, this example does have tally. I didn't make this. This is amazing. Great. Right. So I'm going through this with you guys as and again, this is apps, okay, all the way through. Now putting in a browser recording flow when you're done with apps. Now enter URL to the form that you want. Cool. Boom. All right, add step. All right. Type. Then click the name field. Okay, great. So you click name, right, in the tally form. Once that's done, click on the green button to confirm. Cool. And again, these are just click and go through. So you can go back if you want to go back a step. Okay. You're like, I didn't see that confirm button. I didn't see the confirm. Boom, there it is. Okay. So that you can go back between these. All right. Make it easy. All right. We can click on any option here. If we say it's a variable, then we help suggest it later or it's updated. Okay. Makes sense. Step two. Okay. Now this is going to go through just steps and steps and steps. Okay. Now I'm going to close this video out by saying run through these SUPA demos here, these clickable walkthroughs. Now, all of the steps are right here. Okay. All of these are public. All right. So now for a little helpful hint on how to get started with browser automation and thinking in terms of steps, right? As you build your browser, your first browser automation, think about how these steps are laid out. Okay. Click browser automation. That's one step. Okay. Click on the workspace. That's a second step. All right. Click on new automation. That's now three total steps. All right. Not like when you're prompting something or you're doing something, don't think about there are 40 steps to my automation or how do I go to Instagram or LinkedIn or do these types of things. Those are harder automations, especially if you're starting. This video here is for starters, okay? People who have had just want to get started in automation. And again, let me know. I'll remake it, right? If there's anything I can help with, I will try to help. So here. So you can go, I'll link these up in the bottom in the description here of this YouTube video. I'll also post these in the community and I'll put these to the help desk as well. And I'll pin this video to the top of the YouTube so you can get ready and get going and get started. And I don't get called a crackhead presenter who shouldn't present anymore. So, by the way, I love it. I love it. All right. So, let me know if you have any questions in the comments about the new way to get started, why we did it this way. Some old people might go, I'm good with browser recording, right? Like, we have a few amazing examples here about like limitation, uh, things like that. So, let me see. Oh, yeah, this person actually took a browser record and then and then made this. Like, go and check this out. So thank you guys so much. Let me know down below what you think of these.